So you may have noticed we're not sitting up here. That feels very funny. We're not kings and queens. We're going to sit down there, and we'll come up when it's our turn, because we're all really sitting on the same floor. So next week the chairs will be gone. We'll have room for anybody who needs to sit up here. You know, you need to be special. You know. I want to start off with our teens also. What an exquisite, masterful job you folks did, really. And I don't appreciate being eclipsed. I had some really great material. That was way too good. Yeah. So we got to get together, step it down a little bit. I'll step mine up a little bit. What I want to comment on is treat ourselves. How do we treat ourselves? Treat ourselves to treatment. One form of treatment is the two of them coming up on the stage of life a production. Think about it. How many of you make a production of getting on your own stage? Oh, I'll do it. Oh, get on the stage. What do I do? Let me see. There's a power for good. Oh, that's God. That's right. And that power works through me. Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah. Anybody lacking any enthusiasm here? Wondering if I'm ever going to get... Yeah. And although I have serious doubts about whether anything could actually ever come true that hasn't been on CNN, I'm going to treat. I'm going to do that last desperate thing. I'm going to treat. You see, we believe in the media more than we believe in ourselves. We believe in what we've been told, even if it's not true, more than what that inner voice tells us is true about ourselves. When they got up on the stage, I wondered what they were doing. I noticed the heels. What they were doing. But what I got was they were really doing it. I want you to step into your treatment for you just like they stepped up on the stage. And then when they got on the stage, they postured and they gestured and they played. You guys got to learn how to play with treatment. Have some fun with it. There is a power for good in the universe, and I can use it. In fact, the most amazing thing is it's with me all the time. It's in every step I take. It's not just in a few of them. It isn't when I get into the thee and thou voice. It's in my whole voice. It's in my whole personhood. And my fears, oh, they're there too. And I have to be willing to step back from my fears and step into my heels and say, I am. I am the good I've been looking for. I'm the friend I've always wanted to have. I'm the courageous person willing to step up and be in my own life so dynamically, so powerfully, so exquisitely that why wouldn't I have miracles happening in my life? There are two miracles walking up on stage. If I said to them, I want you to jump 3 foot high, they was okay. And they'd be jumping tomorrow. So what are you doing? Practicing to get to that 3 foot mark, so then I'm going to go to the 3 foot 2. A lot of us, could you jump for me? I can't even jump for myself. What happened? Well, see, when back in I think it was 1978, I jumped. I tripped, hurt my knee. I've got the pictures of my knee. I carry them with me. I don't believe in pain and suffering, but I have the pictures. Yeah. How many of us still have the pictures of what didn't work? And the possibility for what will work, it's not quite developed. I don't have any developer for that. You know, I've been working on the didn't work stuff. I've been working on the fear stuff. We're going to have to, each of us in our own lives, confront our worst fear, which is we don't have a clue about how to make it right. And yet, God in us, working through us, has already got it right. We have to step out of the way and allow it to happen to us, through us, as us, because it can. I think I'm my own worst enemy. I don't know about you. Every Sunday I get up here and think, I don't know, I hope I got something to say. I hope it works. One of our members came up and he said, he's really tall, it scared me. He said, you hit a home run. And I thought, wow. And then there was a little voice that said, what do you think you're going to do next week? If you only get to first base, it's over for you. Any of you have that in you? You know, you're hoping to get to first base and you already made a home run and the home run scares you more than first base? We need to have some home runs in our experience. You two girls had a home run. And you had a home run because you didn't say, I hope they're going to like us. Oh, that looks funny. It's kind of hokey. It's kind of funny. Oh, no, they just said, I'm going to do it. They haven't been around long enough to get beat up as much as some of us. Yeah. If you knew how bad it is, you wouldn't even be here. What all the people older than you are doing is realizing that how bad it is doesn't make any difference. It's just a story. It's just an extraordinary myth that we have been buying into. When our first music came up, it's a wonder how wonderful how music triggers things in you. And the first song, and I said, that sounds like bluegrass, and the gospel bluegrass. And I was reminded of an experience I had, and I bring judgment with me everywhere. It's important because it makes me right. I was 18, and at 18, I knew a lot. Oh, my God. I knew Beethoven, Brahms, Chopin. I knew Mussorgsky. I knew Antel Dorati conducted the Minneapolis Symphony Orchestra. Oh, I knew these things. That was my banner. I know these things. People would say, wow, you know a lot of that. I'm 18, and I know. This girl liked me. I'm not sure why. It wasn't because of all the things I knew, because she invited me to go to a concert with her, and she bought me tickets for my birthday. And I went into the concert hall, and this is a concert hall that usually has symphony orchestras of the highest order. And out comes this guy wearing blue jeans, a striped flannel shirt, banjo strapped to his stomach, and I think, oh, my God. This is not a gift. This is a tragedy, and I'm going to have to sit through it for probably an hour. Why would she take me to a no-name performer with a banjo who wears blue jeans in a symphony hall? I didn't know it was Pete Seeger. You'll learn about Pete Seeger, right? Oh, my God. He just started to speak, and my heart began to melt. And we sang, We Shall Overcome, and a woman next to me who was 85 stood up and said, We shall overcome. And I said, what? She said, I don't know. But we will. And we sang Into the Future. We sang Beyond Limitation. It was at 18 that I learned the treatment works. When I stood up and I sang with about 1,000 other people, We Shall Overcome, I knew there wasn't anything that we couldn't overcome. And a half hour after I left, I forgot that. And then I had to remember again. I had to go back and buy the record and listen to it and say, we shall overcome. We shall overcome not by what we know, but by who we are. We shall overcome not by our words, but by our heart that is willing to love in all conditions, and especially the ones that seem so impossible. The love that we have inside has to be big enough to allow us to just be dumb about the world and excited about it and willing to be in it in every way we possibly can. And I don't know about you, but I have days when that's not one of the options.